Can you tell us about any experiences that you or friends or family have had of being arrested or imprisoned?
Yeah, thank you. I believe more than 60% of our young population has been in prison since 1967.
For what kind of reasons?
You know, it's different reasons. We have a lot of people who have been in prison for nothing they did. Sometimes the Israeli intelligence use what they call the secret file. You could be picked up from your house or from a restaurant and be put in a prison. I was imprisoned when I was 16 years old. I was detained when I was 14, but the second time I was 16 and was in a restaurant with my friends having lunch. I found someone catching me from my neck, and they took me all the way, put me in the jeep, and we catch him.
And what did they say that you were being arrested for?
They say that I throw empty bottles at the jeep, and this was really adventure, a lot of stress. Usually soldiers will torture you because they think that you are, you know, like part of the resistance, and they will hit you hardly. They will take you to the Regulator Center. I spent 18 days in the Regulator Center. It was very hard in a cell, twice a day, you know, where officers will come and really ask you questions, and you know, and sometimes they say, you know, let's stop your suffer. Just tell us information, give us information, and if you say that yes, you throw these bottles, we will sentence you for a short period, and you know, stop this suffer. And in the prison, you will live with others, and you will play sport, and you will, you know, things will be better better than the Regulator Center. Some centers are very hard, where there will be real torture, physically and emotionally, and they say, if you don't say that, I will arrest your brother, I will arrest your father, I will punish them, I will, you know, so they keep frightening you. And if things will finish and nothing will, you know, if you will be sent to the court, if they want to target you, they will send you to the court, and they will say a secret file. Secret file means that you will be sentenced as administration detention, and it could be 6 months up to 5 years, and they are going to renew it. They can renew it every 6 months.
And so you were held for 18 days, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, and during that time, were you tempted to confess? Were you tempted to tell them what they wanted to hear?
I did tell the truth. I have nothing to hide. I tried to talk in a logical way with the officer and tell him that, you know, if the soldiers want just to come back to the office with someone in their hands, it's their problem, it's not my problem. I will not be a victim. Because I know that whenever you will be in the prison as a child, the Israeli administration in the prison will push you to be politicized. You need to choose a room where you are going to stay with which political faction. So a lot of Palestinian young people has been arrested because of taking part in, you know, any political active, even if it's violence or non-violence, or, you know, we as Palestinian, we have right to resist against the occupation. And I believe today we have around 4,000 Palestinian prisoners. Some of them has been since more than 30 years. And we have some others who are in hunger strike because of the administration detention since 3 or 4 months. We have around 327 child still in the Israeli prisons, Israeli jails. We have around 20 prison that's in Israel and the West Bank. So they are always trying also to control and destroy you as a young man, to put you in the prison. because it's not a normal life. And they every time in the early morning there will be counting. Counting will be twice a day, in the early morning and in the evening. There will be a short time for break outside the room. It's a prison. It's not different than any other prison in the world, but it's really a war crime because even especially after we talked about peace process, after Oslo agreements, why shall prisoners remain in the prison if we are talking about peace and negotiation and dialogue? People are thirsty for peace. So the first important thing is to release all the prisoners. Some prisoners has died in the jail. Their bodies has not given to their parents. It remain in the fridge as punishment for their parents. So Israel has been creative in humiliating us as Palestinians and creative in violate all the international laws.
And you were detained at a young age. You were detained when you were 16. Did that succeed in putting you off taking further action, or did you carry on protesting?
I believe this was a very bad experience, but in the same time it have some negative effects. It make me stronger, make me more careful, make me think in a different way. As a Palestinian, as a human, as a person under occupation, I have a right to resist. And I did participate in a lot of actions against building Har Hama, which is Jabal Al-Ghulam settlement, because that place was really dear place for me. I used to go and hike a lot there with my friends at school when we were in the school. And the whole mountain were green and wood, and it's a great place just to hike in and to relax. So that place has taken in 1997 to be a settlement, and I did take part in a lot of activities.
Were they peaceful demonstrations?
It was a peaceful demonstrations, and we built a tent there and we stayed there. And in the end, they demolished the tent and kick us out and by force and shoot towards us.
Were any of you imprisoned for that or detained for that?
Me personally not, and I don't remember if others were, arrested or not. So a lot of people has been, not just arrested. Even I was injured in one of the demonstrations in south of Bethlehem, in one of the demonstrations against constructing the wall. And sometimes they are using it as investment. Yesterday, one of my friends in Aida camp has been sentenced for 12 months and 2,000 shekel.
What did he do?
Administration detention. They think that he's an activist and he could do something if he's outside. And this is the third time that he has been in the prison. And the total amount of what he has spent is 3 years and a half.
Does he have a family?
He's single. I have other friend who has family and who was sentenced for 15 years. He spent 10 years of them right now, and he was sentenced for nothing he did.
Were his family allowed to visit him?
Yes, once a month. His wife or his father or his mother can apply for a permit if they are not rejected. If the Israeli government give them permit, they are not allowed. And if this prisoner is punished inside the jail because of talking about politics or encouraging other actions, he will be punished and isolated in a cell alone. So there is different kind of punishment even inside the Israeli prisons for the political prisoners. Yes, and actually you can't meet who's visiting you. Mm-hmm. It's two separate rooms, and there is a glass, and you use the phone to talk with. And there is more than one story. Last year, a girl in Hebron was died because of trauma. When she go to visit her dad in the prison. She saw him in the prisoner clothes, his hand and his legs were caught,
We're tied.
tight, yeah. So she kind of will have a shock and trauma. And when she leave home, she stopped to talk, and she had kind of a really very strange trauma, and not eating, not talking until she died. She died just recently. She spent 2 years in this situation. She died last year. So there is plenty of stories. There is plenty of stories, and they are using different kind of ways to sentence you and let you, like sometimes if they didn't achieve any goals and they end the regulator period, they send you to the prison. They put you in a room that you think these are Palestinian prisoners. They will not be Palestinian prisoners. They will be collaborators, or they will be part of the Israeli system. And everyone will start to introduce himself. I am the leader of this group. I did a lot of actions.
So they're like spies?
Yes, like spies. And everyone start to tell his story. And sometimes emotionally you don't want to show that you are nothing. You start to tell something, even if it's not truth, even if it's not logical. Everything will be recorded, and second day the prisoner will be in the court and he will be sentenced. Even the military and the intelligence know that this is lies.
Yes.
So some people has been sentenced for long period. And some cases where some soldiers or settlers were, having some Palestinian has attacked them in the Second Intifada. Some cases were 30 or 40 people sentenced for the same case. So it seems sometimes they are looking for more excuses to put more people in the prisons.
Yes.
And because, as I told you, the young people they have the power of the society. So if you target the young people, if you destroy their mentality, you're destroying the future of the Palestinian society. So they are trying to control the young people, destroy them, kill the hope in their inside of them. And as I told you, even though they label all the Palestinians as prisoners, so the Israelis has the right to arrest anyone.
And have you been arrested more than once?
I have been, more than once. They stopped me, take me to the police station, tortured me, and release me, administration detention. So I have more than one experience, which was really very bad experience, and it was all in the first Intifada.
What's the longest time that you've
6
been in
months.
prison for? 6 months.
Yes.
And what happened during that time? Were you kept in solitary confinement, or were you allowed near others?
I was with others in the
You were with
room,
them.
yeah.
Right. Could you possibly tell us a bit more about that?
As I told you, it's not that excited life, You have there is a daily program. The administration in the prison will come twice a day, especially early in the morning, to count. So you need to be ready for count. Sometimes they will come and check the rooms, looking for radios or anything you may use for to spend time, or books, or So and then 1 hour to be out in the place where you can walk, you can see the sun, and sometimes we sit together and discussing or read books or watch TV or.
And if you don't mind me asking, what forms of torture do they use?
Actually, the torture will be during the regulator. After you will be in the prison, usually there is no torture unless you will be punished for something. Like I was wrapped in a smaller chair without a back, like this, for a long time. I was in a cell, which is very small, so I can't stand up. Sometimes close your head. You will not be able to sleep during the night because they are using some noises. Different things, physically things, try to to frighten you, that we are going to harm your parents or your brothers, to arrest them all, you know.
And is this all with the aim of forcing you to confess to something?
Yes, to say that yes, I did.
Yeah.
You know, even if you are not. Some people will say, I want to stop my suffer. I will say, yes, I did, even if I didn't do it.
Do you think that now you would still continue to go on demonstrations?
You know, whenever you are aware about your rights, you need to act. I believe we have the right to continue our struggle against the occupation. As a Palestinian, we are against the injustice. We are against the system. And we want to continue our struggle against the occupation. We want to achieve our goals. And this is something I believe the international law has given us, you know.
But people continue to go on demonstrations even though they know that this could result in them being arrested, just for a peaceful demonstration.
Yes, a lot of people has been arrested during a peaceful demonstration, even they were killed. Even internationals who came in solidarity with the Palestinian has been targeted and killed, not just the locals. I believe we had a lot of experiences where they try to stop any kind of actions, but since people are alive, things are going to continue. And as I tell you, since our case is a justice, we are going to continue our struggle and until we achieve our goals.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Was there anything you wanted